In Refugio County, the small town of Woodsboro is about to hold a public hearing on a new zoning plan. As you might imagine, not everyone is on board with that new plan, but our Rudy Trevino reports tonight on what the Woodsboro mayor hopes to accomplish.
As traffic passes by the South Texas community, so too does the future. A future Mayor Kay Roach would like to prepare for.
The rezoning is designed to help the town grow.
The proposal, first drafted in 2014, would in essence rezone the entire community.
It's designed, if the town does grow and prosper, to keep businesses out of the residential areas and then keep them localized to the main street and especially around the square, which is our town core, which is what we want to build first.
But as with many rezoning issues, there's always misinformation that lead to misunderstandings.
I don't know about all that. It's just going to cause a lot of problems. Why do they want to do the commercial? They don't want all these houses, they don't want to rebuild them, but they want to be commercial.
What the proposal calls for is designating the center of the community and its main thoroughfare as a business district. One resident we spoke with says that's all great, but they're still in recovery mode.
Since Hurricane Harvey, everything, like me, I'm still down on the house.
It's not designed to, affect anybody that was damaged by the hurricane, and it won't. People can progress and do exactly what they want to do for, their rebuild. But it is designed to help bring businesses in so we can take the burden off of the taxpayers and, bring in tourists and visitors to help, get that tax base going.
The public hearing in Woodsboro is set to start at 6:30 this evening. Rudy Trevino, 3 News.